Welcome back on the Mike to Mike's premier business radio program around. I'm here with Rashida and Melanie from the Jackson Ward Collective. Shout out to their partner out there, Kelly Lemon, you guys making big things happen. Alrighty, so I'm just a humble public servant. I hear the scuttlebutt in the street. The JWC got some really big. You guys are pulling in some names. Alrighty, let's start there, and then we're gonna get into it exactly what it is. How did the idea come for that to happen?
Brainstorming and dreaming.
Dreaming big.
Dreaming big. We always dream big.
Why dream small?
Hey.
Might as well go for it. All right. And what's the name of the event?
So it's the Blck Conference. It's actually inaugural. It will be an annual conference, positioned as a national conference. It takes place Monday, August 8th here in Richmond, Virginia. The goal is to bring Black entrepreneurs from around the country into Richmond, again, the home of a former Black Wall Street community, so that they can learn about the history of Jackson Ward, while also learning alongside other aspiring and current entrepreneurs. We have 40 speakers that are participating, coming in from all over the country.
You guys got some big names too.
Listen,
We
it
did.
is quite exciting. You know, the whole point is to be able to encourage, like if there's someone that's kind of on the fence about entrepreneurship and want to kind of get a sneak peek into what the life of an entrepreneur consists of, it's good for them. Someone that's been in business for a couple of years, come on out. Someone that's looking to, we have a session called succession planning. We as Black entrepreneurs don't talk about that largely. And so it may be the person that's looking to sell their business or just figure out what that looks like to wind down their business. We are taking a very holistic approach in terms of what our panel sessions are about. It's not going to be your run-of-the-mill conference. First of all, it's going to be a lot of fun. And we have folks that the public locally may be familiar with seeing in certain spaces, but not having the opportunity to hear from them as an entrepreneur. And it makes me think about our final session, Death to Grind culture. You know, we as Black folks, we tend to work ourselves to the bone, right? And sometimes at a detriment to our health, right? And so we are going to present opportunities for folks to hear from DJ Lonnie B, who obviously everyone knows is a heavy hitter, right? And so you see him behind the turntables all the time, but now he comes from behind the turntable and really talks about his journey as an entrepreneur. And then Latonia Coakley, who is the CEO of Adjourn Tea. She's Maryland based, but she's a native of Richmond, incredibly excited to come home. It's also being moderated by a hometown guy, Arande Creighton, and so it's going to be a lot of fun having the opportunity to connect with everyone. I want to say this because Rashida's probably looking at me like, are you going to talk about the tracks? So we have 3 tracks for participants. So when you register to be attendee at the conference, your registration includes a pre-conference experience at a Sunday evening at a location that will be provided at time of registration.
So just you can't be showing up like
You can't show up.
I heard there's a party going
You
on.
gotta be in the house.
You gotta be in the house
With a ticket.
with a ticket.
Exactly. Okay.
And then it also includes your day of conference experience, several sessions. We have 3 tracks, again, so that we can appeal to every type of person, again, aspiring, existing, and maybe someone looking to scale or shut down, close out their business. And then we have a post-conference wrap-up at another local venue, JWC member business. And so you make an investment in yourself as a current entrepreneur, make an investment in yourself as someone that's considering maybe growing their side hustle or even just considering a different path professionally.
And we can't forget our keynotes.
Oh my goodness.
So we have our keynotes, Kirsten and Julian Saunders, also known as Rich and Regular out of Atlanta. They're coming to Richmond as part of the final stop on their Cashing Out tour, which is their new book. The cool thing is, and why we're excited about them as a keynote, is their book is really about the process of, like, it speaks to the people who work in a corporation or something like that and want to ease out into entrepreneurship, and it gives them a really good blueprint for doing that. So we're honored that they're going to be in Richmond on that Sunday during their book signing and book bar, another JWC member.
Shout out to Book Bar.
Come on now.
I'm going to broadcast from there.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so Crystal came in here, she had her hat broken down, and she's stylish, I saw a thing where, and see, like I said, once again, about reading people's social media. She's like, she's reading a book that you're scared. You can't read the book at night.
Yes, I think we talked about that. Yes.
It's like, no, I ain't reading that.
No,
And that's the power of books. When you guys show up and go to a business, something happens.
Yeah.
because you validate them that something big. I mean, it's a bookstore.
Yeah.
Magic happens in a bookstore, but sometimes people just walk by, and especially next to new generation, that if it's not in the phone, like my grandkids, if it ain't in the phone, it ain't happening. Well,
Mhm.
you know that. You
No,
know.
and she has a whole experience when you go in there.
Yeah.
So we're excited that they're gonna bring that there. And then they're gonna do a dinner experience over at Lily Pearl later that evening. So you can go on their website to get their
Shout out to Mike
tickets.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
Mike,
Lindsay doing
another
something.
JWC member,
Mike Lindsay doing something. I mean,
Yeah.
when you talk about
Killing the
big
game.
things, he is killing it.
Super
6
proud of her.
restaurants in
I
2
know.
years. One
Over-
more coming.
That Hatch local, we go killing them chicken tenders. Straight up. So shout out to Mike Lindsay and all of the great things that he's just doing. Really